Hello again everybody, my name is Derailious, and today I'm going to be talking to you about skins, and more specifically, the skin economy. Without any further ado, let's get right into this. Recently, I've made more than a few videos talking about Skyblock's economy, whether that be in the form of inflation or just talking about the economy as a whole. But there has been one part that I've avoided discussing, and that is the skin economy. Skins in Skyblock are cosmetics, and they have exploded in price recently. We have seen values increase by over 1,000% on a lot of these skins over the last year, and it shows no sign of slowing down currently. So, why is everyone interested in buying these skins, and why is the price rising so quickly? And also, is this really a good thing, or are there some issues here to talk about? Speaking of skins, did you know you could use code RAIL on the Hypixel store for 5% off your order? That's right. If you're going to the Hypixel store and you want to pick up this really awesome, amazing, cool, ultimate skin, make sure you use code RAIL for 5% off. This is definitely not ironic considering the topic. I think the most obvious reason for the price increase here is simple supply and demand. The amount of any particular item in a fire sale is known prior to the fire sale. For example, there's one going on right now, and I believe there's 17,500 of this item for sale. That number will never increase unless there is a dupe of a specific skin, and that number will only go down over time, due to either application, players getting ratted and losing their skins and then those players getting wiped, and also just through players losing the skin or wiping them somehow. The number can only go down, never really go up. Demand, however, will go up over time, and that is because the Skyblock economy is always growing. There is no long-term money sink that drains coins from the economy at about the same rate coins are added. Players earn more money than they lose, so people are more willing day after day to spend more and more money on skins. If you take this value, for both the supply and demand, and extend it out into infinity, this would mean that the price would theoretically approach infinity. Obviously that's impossible in a real-world context, but in Skyblock what this means is that buying a skin today effectively guarantees you money tomorrow, and even more money than that in a day or two, or a week, or a year, or 5. Due to this, many players are buying these skins and treating them as a form of a speculative asset. These are basically assets with the hope of getting a substantial gain, usually in a very short time period, although it can be longer. The problem is, usually, speculative assets include some amount of risk. The economy could falter, this company could not do well, this value of this product could decrease. However, something like that in Skyblock is effectively impossible due to what we've already outlined. The supply will only go down or remain the same, and demand will either stay the same or go up. There is no situation in which the price can fall unless the admins were to either A, reintroduce a new skin, or B, introduce a money sink so strong that players started losing tons of coins from their wallets. The high degree of inflation of skins, and the centralization of skins in the hands of a few billionaires, has really created a monopolistic situation in Hypixel Skyblock. These players are able to charge people whatever values they want for their skins, and really there's not much you can do about it. If someone controls a decent supply of a rare skin, well, you either go to them, or you don't get it at all. This, combined with the lack of risk of owning one of these assets, and the price will shoot through the moon. You can make a decision yourself as to whether you believe this is good, but this is what's currently happening right now. A player may look at another video game for comparison, say CSGO, and say that the problem isn't really that bad because CSGO also has skins that are super old and are currently unobtainable, for example the sticker packs. The difference there falls in the risk. There is no risk in Skyblock, but there is risk in holding on to one of those assets. The reason why is because you're buying them with real-world money, and you're selling them with real-world money. If there were some sort of economic downturn, if less people were playing the game, or if the overall value of your currency decreased, well, some of your value was lost there. And that is certainly something that happens occasionally in CSGO markets. Something like that is not applicable to Skyblock, where players earn millions or billions of coins per day and have unlimited access to pretty much whatever job they would want. If the admins believe that the fire sale situation is currently a problem, there are really only two solutions that I can think of. The first is re-releasing old fire sales, which the admins have never explicitly stated that they will not do. From all the way back in 0.9, when the update for fire sales came out, they stated that they may or may not ever bring them back. So if you're someone who believes that the admins have stated otherwise, please leave a comment below if you have that proof, because I don't believe there is any around. Number 2, they could probably increase the supply of future fire sales by a huge margin, and they've kind of already done this. They've greatly increased the size of recent fire sales, going from a couple thousand sold to 15,000 or 20,000, which does solve the problem temporarily, but not fully, as eventually the prices will keep on rising. Whenever anyone talks about re-releasing old skins, the first thing anyone says in response is that the admins will never do it because then people won't be interested in buying new skins. And frankly, I don't know what this point is supposed to mean. If a lot of players choose to protest and not buy a new skin, then the supply of that skin will be lower. And that means it'll be worth more coins based on the system. The only difference between a releasing old skins and not releasing old skins timeline is some amount of risk, and all that does is prevent old skins from reaching absolutely insane prices. People will still have reason to invest, and there will still be incentive to buy skins in order to keep them for long-term monetary gains. However, there will always be a risk in holding on to those skins, similar to how it was for Stock of Stonks before the release of Better Mayors. This is something that happens in a ton of other games as well. Look at Fortnite, for example. People hold on to old skins, sell their accounts, and occasionally an old skin is reintroduced. I mean, this literally happened last week. Overall, this video is really to just bring awareness to the situation and kind of just talk about my feelings about skins and what specifically is going on with them in the economy. I personally have quite a few investments in skins. I'm not the biggest net worth player, so it's not obviously a huge amount, but I do have my fair share, and so I personally believe that the reintroduction of skins might be a good idea long term. Generally, it would just increase the ability of the average player to get a cool cosmetic they want, and take away the focus from just purely investing, and put it more on actually getting nice and interesting cosmetics, which is what, in my opinion, the system should be about. I do want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments down below, so feel free to leave your thoughts, and I will try to reply to as many people as possible. At the end of the day, though, my name is Derailious. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future, fellas. I'll see you then.